Yo. So, coming on today again, holding myself accountable, showing up for y'all, whoever shows up today, whoever is meant to be here. A couple of things I wanted to share because I feel like they're relevant. I'm new at this, right? I'm just trusting the process. I'm trusting my heart, and I'm trusting that by coming on here, anyone who is meant to see or hear something that comes through will receive what is needed, whatever that is, right? Whether that be a mirror, whether that be knowledge, whether that be just presence and feeling that exchange, whatever it is. If there's something that you resonate with, it's because you're meant to be here. And there's nothing serendipitous or coincidental, I should say, about interacting with this particular message. This is for those who are looking to start something, looking to start building an online presence, building a brand, building something that requires you to be online. And I want to express something. If you saw the video that I did yesterday, the live session, I did about 20 minutes. And during that 20 minutes, I had an individual show up and begin to criticize and ridicule and call me names and really just project themselves onto me, right? And I believe that there could be two options in that. The first option is I turn off the live and I never come back on again, and I let that individual's perception of me change the way that I show up or change the way that I exist in this reality. I allow their judgment to make it who I am, right? That's option one. I believe what they say and I make it my own, and then I stop. Or there's the second option, and that's the one that I've chosen. And that is to say, screw that guy or girl, whoever it was, whoever decided to come in here and say hurtful things out of being unconscious in the way that they showed up. And so I'm here today, right? Even after what was said. And I won't lie, I'm human. What was said stung. It wasn't kind, it wasn't loving, it wasn't what I try to exist as. And I'm grateful for that, because that individual coming in here and projecting was a good mirror. Them showing up and calling me the names that they did gave me an opportunity to, one, see myself, right? How am I going to react to this individual? And what I chose to do was actually change what I was discussing, because I was talking about anger. And I changed it from anger to talking about projection of insecurities. Changed it so that this individual, though they came in, they were given an opportunity to maybe witness themselves, maybe witness a mirror, maybe hear something that they don't want to hear, right? Just like they wanted to vomit all over me and hide behind their screen. Here I am in front of the camera, being vulnerable, being open, allowing myself to experience these emotions and feelings that come with being on camera, and also what it comes with other people, right? Individuals who may not be as conscious or aware that what they say does harm to others, and in turn does harm to them. Because my thought is, everything is going to come back to us, right? We've all heard of karma. Karma gets a bad rap, but karma is just what we give out. If we give out hatred and noise and nonsense, we're going to get that in return. And this individual, you know, if they ever come on camera, give them mercy, because it would be equal for them to receive what they gave. However, I don't wish that upon them. I wish that they learn their lesson and that they grow from it and that they see themselves. With that being said, though, being seen, being vulnerable, being open, and putting yourself out there in whatever fashion that is. Maybe you don't want to be online, but maybe there's someone that you like, or maybe there's a job that you know you're going to do good at. But for whatever reason, the voice in your head says, I'm not good enough, I don't know enough, I'm too young, I'm too old, I don't have a degree, who's going to respect me, right? The voice in the mind loves to try and keep us in our little box, the little box that's kept us safe. But the thing with that is when we try and keep ourselves safe, safety means stagnation. And the truth of it, if we continue to stay in our safe little bubble, it prevents us from growing. It prevents us from expanding past the limitations within our minds and within our realities. We have an opportunity to do something greater than what the mind allows. And the mind, every single time we're on that ledge, imagine yourself trying to walk out of your current situation, quit your job, find a new job, leave a toxic relationship, right? It can be anything. Even a thought pattern, right? Telling yourself, I'm not enough. You don't have to believe that. Oh, I wish I had it up here. I was going to share a book with y'all. But your mind, you don't have to believe everything you think. Everything that comes through your mind doesn't mean that it's true. It could be a protective mechanism, right? Imagine standing on that ledge again and you say, I need to change my life. I want to change my life. I want to change who I am. I want to do something different. But then you get to that ledge and it's, okay, here comes the real effort. Here comes the real choice. Oftentimes we fall back into the comfort. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll wait until I'm more ready. I'll wait until this situation resolves itself. I'll wait until the stars align, right? Whatever excuse to keep us from doing it. But the thing about that mentality is that tomorrow will come. And if we maintain that mentality of later, then tomorrow becomes next week. And then next week becomes 5 years, right? And we're still doing the same thing, wishing to have different, wishing to do different, wishing to show up different, but forgetting that it doesn't just happen because it's like, okay, I'm going to sit here and I'll be a millionaire. It doesn't work like that. It really doesn't. We have to take action. Yes, we are spiritual beings, right? The heart, if you're here, you may know this, but the heart has a magnetic field. It generates electricity. It generates vibration, and it affects everything around us. My voice is affecting things right now, right? The thoughts we have, it's all vibrational. And if we continue to sit in the same vibration, the same mentality, the same way of living, then nothing changes. In order to have that $1 million or that beautiful relationship or whatever it is, we have to start by taking action. And the best action you can take is learning to love yourself. Learning to offer the things that you desire to yourself. If you want that $1 million, if you want that opportunity to have the job of your dreams or the relationship of your dreams, you have the opportunity to change your reality. You have the opportunity to do something different every single day. And within that day, you have every minute to choose differently. Instead of sitting on the couch and doom scrolling, what is something else you can do? Is your house messy? Do it for your brain. Clean your house. Do something different every single day. And those small little adjustments will add up. Imagine this, you do one thing every single day, even if it's a 5-minute little video, right? Even if it's writing yourself a note, a reminder, whatever. If you do that every single day, by the end of the year, you will have done it over 300 times, right? That 300 times over the course of 5 years, all of that stuff will add up and you'll get better and better and better at it. But the thing to remember, every master was once a disaster. You don't start out good. There's gonna be hiccups. You're gonna mess up. You're gonna falter. You're gonna stumble through the things that you're working through. But even stumbling through it is still effort. It's still consistent. You're still doing it. You're still showing up. Even after somebody wants to call you names. Even after you have the worst day of your week. The worst day of your life even. Right? You still show up the next day and you just keep doing it. When it looks like nothing is moving, keep going, keep doing it. Because that's the real test, right? You go for weeks and nothing happens. But yet you show up every day and then boom, all of a sudden, All of that effort, all of those hours, all of that struggle, all of that worry goes away. And suddenly it starts moving. Suddenly things start coming into your reality that prove your reality is shifting. Because here's the thing, our internal state changes first. Our thoughts, our beliefs, the way we show up, and the way we perceive things, those are the first things to shift. We make that internal decision to say, enough, I'm doing different. And then we start slowly doing those different things. People around us will start noticing, family will start noticing. We are the last to notice that reality has shifted. We are the last to notice that our energy has shifted. We are the last to notice that I'm different. I've changed. I've done the work. I've continued to be consistent. And in turn, my reality and my energy shifted. That's what it is, right? The universe doesn't ever give you what you want. The universe provides you what you are. If you are, and as I said, that 1111 came across the screen for the timer. So as a reminder, you have the power to shift your life. You are capable and you are competent. That imposter in your mind, don't listen to it. It's lying to you. It's trying to keep you safe and in that little bubble where everything is known. Your daily routine, right? The time you wake up, what you eat, when you eat, how you eat, who you talk to, when you talk to them. All of it is the same because the brain loves patterns. The brain loves to, the way I see it is, something happens in our day-to-day, right? Maybe call it a time of day. And then suddenly we have an urge to go do something, or there's an urge to talk to someone or sit on the couch. Oh, it's 4 p.m. It's time for me to sit on the couch. You know, like the body starts learning these patterns. And every single time that the impulse or the activation of that pattern comes up, the way I see it is like somebody pushing play on a CD player or like a MP3 or something, right? And then all of a sudden the pattern, we run through the pattern and then we do it again the next day and we do it again the next day. And before long, it becomes a part of us, right? That pattern just continues to roll and roll and roll. And it doesn't mean that it's good for us, right? These patterns can be, let's talk about relationships. I really like the attachment styles. They've helped me a lot. I'll leave a link. I have to write myself a note. But I'll leave a link about the attachment styles so you guys can check it out, because if you're here, you're probably a human. And dealing with other humans isn't always easy. Dealing with people's perceptions and programming and the way they show up and the way they talk and the way they move through life, it's not always easy. But when we are conscious and aware of how we show up, right, their reactions won't affect us as much as being unaware, right? So I'll leave some information about the attachment styles and even a test if you want to go take it. I'm not affiliated with them or anything. It's just a helpful tool that I've used. And basically what I'm getting at is, if you can notice how you show up with other people, it's going to improve your relationship, right? If you have a tendency, for instance, I'll use myself, if you have a tendency to be a little bit more anxious in relationships, they're going to leave me, they're going to abandon me, I'm neglected, they're going to betray, they're going to cheat, whatever, right? If that is a part of your dynamic in a relationship, then you probably fall on the anxious side of attachment, right? Needing the validation, needing the reassurance, asking for the partner to maybe fix you or fill a void that's within you, right? If you're on the avoidance spectrum of things, avoidance, arm's length, I can't show emotion, it's unsafe, right? I have to put up my walls. I get overwhelmed whenever you're emotional. I get overwhelmed when you're too open or when the relationship gets too real, right? So, and I myself, I've experienced both of those. My childhood and the military and things of that nature, I've fallen into the disorganized style of attachment, which is both, right? Avoidant and anxious. And it's taken a lot of work and a lot of therapy and a lot of self-reflection and meditation and yoga and all of this stuff for over years for me to finally get to a point where I can say that I'm pretty secure in my attachments. But granted, I'm human. We all fall, we all falter, right? But becoming aware of those things is highly beneficial, not only for the relationship, but for yourself. Awareness is the key. The more aware we are, the more we see. The more we see, the more we grow. The more we grow, the more awareness we receive, right? And the wisdom that comes with that. So I don't even really know what I was talking about, just flowing, just letting it come out. So I hope that some of this resonates. Definitely let me know. I would appreciate it. Just so I know what you guys are showing up for, right? What part of the journey are you on? Where are you at in your hero's journey? Such a awesome thing, the hero's journey. It allows us to fully crumble into mush and rebuild ourselves stronger and more powerful and more capable. And just know if you're going through something turbulent right now, whatever that looks like for you in life, relationship or job or mental health or emotional health, family stuff, work stuff, just know that it will pass. And what I like to say to myself to keep this thing kind of from spiraling is nothing is happening to me. The things that are happening around me are happening for me, right? It's either a direct reflection of a part of myself that I am having trouble loving and I haven't fully accepted, or it's a part of my past or reflection of what I'm wanting that is either putting me into an anxiety state or a depressive state, right? When we think about the future, we're in anxiety. We're trying to predict the unknown. The ego, the mind is trying to control and figure out what is going to happen. And then when we focus on the past, it's often in shame or guilt, right? Focusing on I should have, I could have, I would have, right? Dang it. And then we put guilt on ourselves. We put shame on ourselves for not showing up, for not doing the thing, for saying something we said. But as a reminder, none of that matters. What matters now is how you're showing up presently. In this moment right now, what are you feeling? What are you thinking? Right? How are you showing up for you today? And my challenge for you as I wrap this up is do something for you today. If you haven't seen a movie in a while, go see a movie. If you haven't been outside today, go for a walk, get some sun. If you haven't given yourself any form of self-love, do a face mask, soak your feet, take a bath, a shower, brush your hair, brush your teeth, give yourself a massage, go get a massage. You know, buy yourself something cool, buy yourself a flower for your house or a new set of clothes. It doesn't have to be big, but do something for you, because at the end of the day, if you, and I used to have a girlfriend and she used to love watching RuPaul. And one of the things that always stood out to me in that show is if you're not going to love yourself, then who is? Right? And that's the truest statement of it all. The way we love ourselves is the way that we receive love. If you're not receiving the love that you desire from the people in your life, how are you actively loving yourself today? You have that choice and you have that power. Remember that little kid that's within. Remember that child that is so strong and got to go through all of the things that they did in order to get you to the point that you are today. Honor that child. Honor that younger version of yourself, and honor the highest version of yourself by doing something good for you today, by doing something loving for you today. Your mind may say, no, we don't do that. Tell the mind to shush and just give yourself some love today. It's something that you deserve. When you came into this planet, you were worthy. There was no desire or trying to figure out how you were going to get food, how you were going to be clothed, how you were going to be bathed, how you were going to be loved. You came here worthy as you are in this moment. From the time that you were an infant to however you are old now. Nothing has changed. Whoever told you that you weren't worthy, whoever showed you this, whoever personified it in the way that they treated you, whatever has been said to you, you don't have to believe that. And that story isn't yours to carry, because I guarantee you that story that keeps you this big in your mind, whoever said that to you looks at themselves that way. And it was probably somebody that you looked up to. I'm just putting it out there. Only you know your journey. And I hope that today gave you some sort of insight. But with that being said, I want to do one more final thing here. Just something that I find to be interesting and be the closer for today, right? Let me kind of shuffle these up a little bit. If you've never seen this, this is the one I'm pulling from today. Just a single card pull. I like the way the cards look. They're kind of like plasticky. They're not really like cards. Maybe they are cardstock. I don't know. But whatever they are, they have a cool feel to them. They have a really cool color scheme. And I'm just going to go ahead and lay these out and pick one. So give me just a second here. Give myself some space. If you could see all the food and snacks on my desk right now. Anyways, here we go. So, what is the message to end today's live? What does whoever's here with me, what do they need to know? What is it that they're searching for? What is something that I can offer? What is it that they want to know? What is it that they're looking for? Let's do this one. So I pulled it out like such, and I'm just gonna flip it. What do we got? Four of Wands reversed. As I said, you can see the card. They're kind of like holographic-y. They're like cardstocky. They have this really cool, I'll show you the side. And mind you, I don't make any money off of these guys. I want to respect an artist. And they have this like cool sheen on the outside. Bottom of the deck, what do we got that? The Sun reversed. So, we got four of Wands reversed. Let's go ahead and do this. I'm going to read from the little book. Dun, 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 dun. Here we go. Wands. And 4. All right, so 4 of Wands. We're reading it in reversed. So, 4 of Wands in reversed. Instability, uncertainty, and flightiness. Home might be the last place you want to be right now. Instability inside your domestic environments can leave you feeling insecure with your place in relationships and spaces. Communication is out of sync, and no matter how hard you seem to try, translations get lost the more you attempt to explain yourself. There is an uncertainty of where your future will lie and where you will end up next. Commitment is going to be a struggle, so don't expect it from a new relationship if this is you. Be easy on yourself and give yourself space to decide if this person feels like home. Fight or flight, the choice is up to you. In your heart, you know you must move on to more stable ground if this does not improve. The energy is unsustainable and you desire solid ground. So, 4 of Wands in reversed. Talks about instability. And you can tell that the platforms aren't fully like on top of one another in this reverse position. They have this like angled aspect to them. But I also noticed the Sun on the bottom of the deck. So that was there for a reason. And that one is also reversed. So I'll read that as well. I didn't plan on it, but here we are, right? Adjusting, adapting. The Sun is associated with this area, and it's a powerful card. It's like the way we shine, right? goodness, where's it at? Did I say the sun or the star? The sun. All right, the sun in reversed. This is associated with the sun, right? The big ball of fire. With it being in reversed, lackluster, cloudy, and unrealistic. Gray days block out the warm rays as you are finding it difficult to stay positive and upbeat. You've recently experienced some unfortunate events that have set you back from your goals. Skies are currently clouded with uncertainty, leaving you feeling gloomy and drained. Never fear, these setbacks are temporary. If you set your mind to turning your luck around, it won't be easy, but push through and eventually the fog will clear. On the other hand, the sun reversed may also indicate that you are overly optimistic and are painting over lackluster scenarios with colors that do not exist in the paint palette. Your exuberance is borderline delusional, and you could use a reality check to get yourself back down to earth. Shine in light and shine in truth. So this really does kind of line up with what I was discussing today. Take it however you want. But the way that I see this is that right now there may be that instability in life, right? The uncertainty in life. And with this guy being on the bottom of the deck upside down, these two combined together, the way that I see it and the way that I'm receiving it is that it's all temporary. That there is darkness in life. There is darkness. Without the light, there is no darkness. And without darkness, there is no light. You have to have both in your life in order to find that equilibrium, right? If we are all light and all joy and everything is great and everything is happy and there's nothing wrong, that can be delusional. There is a requirement, there is a necessity to look at the other side of things, the realistic side of things. We can all be love and light and happy and joyous and all of that stuff, but we're human. There's days where it's like, man, this sucks. I don't feel like doing anything today. I don't feel like getting out of bed. I don't feel like feeding myself. I don't want to clean the house. The list goes on and on. I don't want to go to the gym. But if we become that light, if we shine like the sun, we can clear those cloudy days out. All it takes is a choice to do something different. And if you're feeling unbalanced, what is unbalanced? Where in your life are you feeling unbalanced? Are we giving away too much? Are we relaxing too much? Are we eating too much or not enough? Are you giving away your time and energy to people who don't deserve it? Right? What do they call that? A confirmation burp? The sun in reversed, right? It also mentioned that, are you painting the cruddy situation in your life as, oh, it's all good, everything's great, my life is wonderful, and then you're miserable when you go home, right? Are you painting a swath of color that doesn't, in fact, relate to reality? Does it not align with the reality that is, maybe life kind of sucks right now, and that's okay, right? Maybe it's really hard. Maybe there's this situation that you're going through that is just like, will this ever end? But I want to remind you that it will. Just keep learning, keep growing, keep accepting, keep releasing. Just release. Let go of control. Let go of the desire and the need to be in control of everything as it unfolds. Because here's the thing with control. And mind you, Scorpio rising here. Control is something that I have. Scorpio rising and Virgo moon, let's be real. Control has been something that I have sought my whole life. But I realized that by seeking that control, it limits me from receiving what the universe has to offer. If I'm over here trying to control and do all the things, then what am I allowing in? If I'm holding on to stuff, I can't let go of this relationship. I can't let go of this belief. I can't let go of this habit. I can't let go of it. Then what am I letting in? A shut hand receives nothing, right? And if you're white knuckling it, you're not going to get anything different. And I say that with love because you know it to be true. You know something has to change in order to get that balance, in order to flip this so that it's upright, in order to flip this so that you are the sun, that you are that shining ball of light illuminating the darkness. You are this. But find your balance. Find the balance in your life. You have that opportunity. You are that strong. But anyways, with that, y'all, if this resonated, leave me a like, subscribe. I'm here daily, Monday through Friday. If you're interested, I do soul blueprint readings. I combine astrology, numerology, human design, all into a blueprint to maybe help you with your understanding of yourself and maybe the energies that you were born into, the potentials, right? I also have some journals. If you're going through a transitionary phase in your life, check out my Amazon bookstore. I have some stuff there that is highly beneficial, from my opinion. I'm really proud of this stuff. And if you just like art, check out my art shop. I got hundreds of designs, all different variations, from positive affirmations to just really cool space and nature scenes. With that being said, though, I truly hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day. If you stayed this long, it's not by coincidence. And I appreciate your energy and your presence while you were here. And yeah, I will see you the next time that we interact. Peace. Love you.